So thank you very much for your time. It's
My pleasure. And I to have you.
And this is the first time I've been formally chatting up with you. Okay. And I have some questions of you. And
Sure.
and what we try to do is to put before our readers and our viewers facts and from your mouth.
Okay.
So the first issue that we want to discuss with you is that we, as IAMAI, have been doing the internet survey for the last 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the oldest and perhaps the most recognized internet user survey in India today. It has been quoted regularly by Mary Maker and others. And we believe that till about 4 years back, we were able to draw a lot of overseas investors and others based on that report and the market sizing of that report. So that report is very positive. It has always been. But there are concerns now. What we are seeing are two issues. One is that there are still about 600 million people who do not have internet connections in India. And the growth rate in some areas, specifically in urban areas, is decelerating.
Okay.
So should we consider it to be a matter of concern, knowing full well that you will never have 100% coverage? And if we are a little concerned, what are we doing towards addressing it?
I think there are two key issues here. I think, a rapid growth of internet coverage in India was driven by mobile connectivity. As you're well aware, compared to the rest of the world, where 90% of internet coverage is through fixed broadband lines, in India it is 90% is mobile internet. And that is partly driven by the way that the mobile usage rates, data rates have worked. So what it has ensured is very rapidly scaling up coverage. Now, I think from two aspects, it becomes more important that we grow the fixed broadband connectivity now. One is from the perspective of resilience, saying that you need redundancy and you need a resilient internet coverage because it's so much part of the infrastructure of what we do. Now, the dependence on this has grown so much that that is one aspect which certainly needs to be covered. And the second aspect, I think the decelerating growth is probably, the growth will not be at the same rate on a higher base. So I think it's not very fair to expect a very high growth rate on that base. And currently, I think we have close to 1 billion people covered. And practically every adult is, in that sense, covered. So to that extent, I think we are near universal coverage. Some more expansion is possible. And that, I think, needs to be driven by the fixed broadband linkages improving significantly.
So are we doing anything about the fixed broadband?
We've been taking up this issue with our colleagues in the telecom ministry and others, because as you're aware, the infrastructure is more their domain in terms of how the connectivity needs to develop. We've also, through NIXI, which is our internet exchange entity, NIXI, we've been trying to establish more of these interconnection points across the country, enabling these internet switches across the country to see that the spread of broadband connectivity also improves.
So connected with that is perhaps the role of CSCs that we had in the previous generation. Do you think they're still playing a very active role, or it's time to kind of...
See, CSCs are fairly active in the sense that for many people without access, they are a touch point. We have more than 5 lakh CSCs across the country, and they are a very effective means through which we are able to communicate with a range of people. So I think CSCs have a very important role to play and continue to have an important role to play. Of course, the nature of the role is changing because people are able to directly connect now. So they don't have to necessarily go through another entity which enables the connection. So the nature of the services that we deliver and the kind of local services we deliver needs to change and needs to expand to keep CSCs as a relevant village level enterprise on an ongoing basis. And that's precisely what we are doing. We are providing telemedicine coverage. We are providing health coverage. We are providing the e-Grameen store through the ONDC. So various other facilitation and various other kinds of services which people generally use, we are trying to expand that outreach.
So it's still an important part of.
It still is. It is still an important channel by which services are delivered.
So the last question, and I think on this segment, and I think it's a question of the season, we have noticed a significant gender disparity in the use of mobile phones. I know it doesn't directly link up with your area of work, but anything that the market or the government can help bridge that gap.
I think there are 2 or 3 things. One is that, the NSS surveys based on which some of this data is collected
Yes.
is continuing to show an improvement in the gender balance in the way that the mobile phones are used, which is an important way forward. The other thing is that recently because of the concern we had in this space, because a lot of these are intra-family dynamics issues. I mean, within a household, who has access, how they use it. So we've actually engaged with the Madras Institute of Development Studies, which had done, studies previously within the intra-family dynamics on, access to various services and so on. So we've engaged them to do a study for us. In that study is at final stages. So that will give us a better window into how exactly, access to devices and the usage of devices is determined. And will probably give us insights as to how we can further improve coverage.
So the penetration of internet, I believe, and I'm sure you also believe, has to go hand in hand with the increase in number of use cases.
That's right.
Governance and in the public sector.